Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be making truffle fettuccine Alfredo and it is going to blow your mind. We are using the black diamond, AKA the black winter truffle. This has notes of wet earth, dried fruit, cocoa, molasses. Sounds super crazy, but all of those notes come together to create one of the most intoxicating aromas in the truffle family. By far my favorite truffle of all time. The other 4 ingredients are gonna be Parmigiano Reggiano, pasta water, bronze die cut fettuccine, and butter. This is the authentic fettuccine Alfredo. There is no cream in the sauce. Stay tuned, hit the subscribe button below. Let's begin. So one of the keys to a creamy fettuccine Alfredo is going to be pasta water to achieve the velvety smoothness of that sauce. And no, there is no additional cream added. Anytime I boil pasta, I save a cup or 2, put it in the fridge. So 2 or 3 days later, when I'm making another batch of pasta, I have a good starting point for the starch content of the water. I've added some new water, some starchy pasta water from the previous cook. You can see how starchy this sauce is. When I add a couple of ladles to this batch of fettuccine Alfredo, it is going to imbue the sauce with a velvet smoothness that you've never seen before. So one of the things I like to do is get the correct pasta. This is imported from Italy. It doesn't necessarily have to be imported. However, you are going to look for one very important thing, and that is bronze die cut. So there are a bunch of different ways to extrude pasta. One of them uses plastic, creates a smooth exterior, and smooth exteriors are not good for clinging onto sauce. So the bronze die cut comes out and it's got this rough edge on it, right? It's microscopic even in a sense. So that's gonna cling to the sauce when we make it. Above all, it doesn't necessarily have to be imported from Italy, but I do think that bronze die cut is the most ideal. All right guys, so I've got my water at a rolling boil. I'm gonna go in with my pasta. I'm taking about half of a pack, it's gonna be a ½ pound of fettuccine. I'm going to lightly salt my water. Don't need to go crazy. And then I like to use tongs. So I'm just gonna get that down in there, nothing crazy. So these need to go 12 minutes to al dente. I'm gonna cook them to 10, always 2 minutes above al dente. That way you can finish the pasta in a sauce. That's one of the most fundamental keys to making a good dish, is finishing the pasta in a sauce. So we're gonna let these cook off and then we're gonna build the truffle fettuccine Alfredo sauce. It's gonna be amazing. The pasta is at about 9 minutes. I'm gonna go in with my butter, and I'm gonna go in with some, but not all, of that truffle. Just a little bit to kind of wake things up. We're gonna get the pasta in. You gotta work quickly. This all comes together very fast. So pasta, tongs, into the pan. I can already smell that beautiful truffle opening up and just creating a luscious aroma. All right. All right, so the sauce has already come together really well. It's looking creamy. Just a little bit more pasta water. You just want to work the pasta into the water. This is the major key, extracting those starches. A little bit more pasta water. You want that sauce to be able to coat the back of a spoon. All right, I'm gonna adjust the salt, the pepper. I'm gonna cut the heat. Some Parmigiano Reggiano. Never want to have the heat on when you're doing your cheese. Copious amounts of the black truffle. Now the heat's off. Nothing crazy is going on with it. We don't want the aromas to leave us. But this truffle can actually be gently heated to give a good aroma. So I'm just gonna work in the Parmigiano Reggiano with the truffle. Let me taste the salt. A little bit more salt. More Parmigiano Reggiano. And I see some truffle hanging out in this microplane. All right. That sauce is one with the noodle. You can just thin it just a little bit for service, as we say. Although I'm not in a professional kitchen, I love that saying. All right, and we're gonna get plating. You should always have your plates heated and ready to go. I've got mine on warm in the oven. That way, as soon as this hot pasta hits the pan, it's not gonna cool down. So let's get these things plated up. So one of the fundamentals when serving pasta is to have that warm plate. So this has been in the oven at 170. I've got my beautiful truffle pasta. You know, you got your little fancy, you plate it however you want. Oh man. Don't have to be too cute. Just gonna work a little bit of that sauce in there. Nice and creamy with no cream. Real authentic vibes. So you know we're gonna hit it with a little bit of parm. A bit of fresh cracked black. None other than that black truffle. And that is our truffle fettuccine Alfredo, and it looks immaculate. We're gonna see what this tastes like. Oh man, I'm loving it. Let's get a nice forkful here. Oh man, not skimping on the truffle at all. Let's see what it's going for. Oh my. The fettuccine Alfredo that you remember, you know, it reminds me of my childhood, but then you got the truffle and it's like taking it, you know, just all the way over the top. Fettuccine Alfredo pasta sauce is flawless. The addition of truffle, oh man, you couldn't ask for more. All right guys, hit the subscribe button for more great recipes like this. Till we meet again.